Now, on the opposite end of the spectrum, what's been your biggest financial regret so far? Something you look back at your life and wish you didn't do.
Wish I didn't do,
Biggest financial regret.
I wish I would have saved up a little bit more money before I moved to California. Cause I moved out there with not that much money. Yeah, probably that. Cause I probably would have had a better little situation going on for myself.
Is that an expensive state to live in?
Man, what? Expensive is not the word. California is crazy. LA, Los Angeles, man, what? That bitch is crazy. And the fucked up part is, when you a nigga like me who don't want to get a job, like a real legit job or whatever, your finances increase, but your income, it stays the same. So whatever I was making at home off the internet and whatever, it literally just stayed the same. However, I had more bills to pay for, like more, not even just rent, cause my rent wasn't even that bad, cause I was sharing a house with like a few other people really, but just getting around, Ubering, going out to eat, entertainment with females and shit like that, going to the movies. At home, you paying $20 for 2 people. Going to the movies in LA, you might spend $50 just to go see a movie. That's without snacks, without nothing else, just the tickets. It's like, just life in general is crazy.
And when you say home, you're talking about?
In New Orleans, Louisiana, like that, all type of shit. Or even in Lafayette in college, which is a few hours away. Like just that area in general. Nothing costs that much like talking about.
So did people warn you, or did you find out that you need to have a substantial amount of money to move out there? Or you were oblivious to that and didn't know until you had already gotten to LA and realized how much money you really should have had before you got out there?
I mean, I knew because I did my research on the cost of living as far as looking at rent and all type of stuff. Because we put the house in my name because I had good credit and shit. But I knew, and I visited a few times before, so I knew. But it's just, I ain't know the full extent of how much that shit really add up when you full time. Visiting should be different. You know, I'm staying with friends and shit. They Ubering, they got cars and shit. Man, what you talk about? You Ubering on your own trying to get places? I knew, and once I actually started getting money, I got this little app that was telling me like how much I'm spending a month. Bro, I was spending like upwards of $1,000 just on Lyft. That's not, they have Lyft and Uber, and I was using both, but just on Lyft alone, upwards of $1,000 a month. Shit is crazy.
You could have been paying a car note less than that.
Could have been paying a car note, and my dumb ass waited till.
Or bought a car.
Bought a whole car. And I waited till I lost everything to realize that. Waited till I lost everything and went to jail to realize I could have had a whole vehicle this whole time. Shit crazy.
And we talked about jail and trapping and stuff like that in a previous segment that people can search on this channel. And how much does one need to be in LA? To, like, somebody watching this, maybe they're thinking of moving to LA. How much does one need to move to LA?
It all depends on what you're comfortable doing, to be real with you. Some people comfortable sleeping in one room with a lot of niggas. Some people need their own space. But I'm gonna say if you trying to just go out there and have your own space, let's say you moving with like 2-3 people, you trying to have your own room to yourself, rent gonna be a cool 2 bands for a 3-bedroom, 2 bands plus, unless you wanna live in some shit. You might find like 1,500, 1,800, but just a regular normal place, about 2 bands. So that's what that is, like 800 a piece, some shit like that. Yeah, it's something close to that, like 700-800 a piece, 700, 750. I would say you probably need, I would try to at least have 3,000 to 5,000. Nah, that depends on what your money flow is. If you plan on being employed full time, and you know, or you have a job already, you might could get away with a little less because you already got a set source of income. But if you like me and you get your money the same way that you would get it in any place you in, I'd say save up like 3 to 5 bands, especially because you never know when a rainy day gonna come. So now you got rainy days, but rainy days in LA is not just rainy days. Them bitches thunderstorms for real, because shit is expensive. For real, for real.
If you could do it all over again, would you have waited for that amount of money before you moved to LA, or?
Knowing me, like knowing my personality and how I am as a person, thinking back, I'm glad I did move, even with, like I had a few thousand, but I'm glad I did move when I did. Cause knowing how I am, I probably would have never made that leap. I'd have talked myself out of it. Or I might not even got to that point of ever having that much money and just would have wound up stuck. So I'm glad I did, but I don't think I don't think consciously knowing how my shit turned out now I would go back and change it. I feel like everything happened for a reason.